Okay, so you don't have your GED yet. Well, it's not the end of the world, but I'm telling you right now that you should get your GED as quick as possible. So I'm here to try to motivate you so we can fix this and you can get your GED sooner than you think. Okay, it's very important that you get your GED. I've been working with adults, helping them get their GEDs for many, many years. And a good many of those adults that were studying to get their GED weren't really looking to do so. They found themselves in some unique situation. Let's say they switched jobs and they didn't realize this new job. They left their old job. Now they're in this new job, and their new job saying, "Hey, we need your high school diploma or your GED." And now they're like, "Wow, oh, I need to go handle this." Or maybe they want to go to a particular training program, some sort of get some sort of new skill, and that thing requires that school requires a GED. So you just never know when a situation might pop up in your life, and next thing you know, you're going to have to present your high school equivalency or your high school diploma to take advantage of whatever opportunity you want to take advantage of. So you want to get this taken care of before something pops up in your life, because the worst way to try to get your GED is to just cram and take it. Today's GED is not easy. Okay, there is a lot of material you need to know, and I'm going to speak specifically about the math section. The math section, there is quite a bit of algebra and geometry. And it's definitely pretty challenging. Okay, and I give a lot of respect to those of you out there that are going for your GED. It's not easy, and if you can pass this thing, you're going to be really qualified for things like going to college, or any training program. And I would definitely put it on par with a high school diploma these days. Okay, so if there's something you're holding back, getting a GED, well, let's get this taken care of. Let's get you motivated so you can follow through. But before we get going, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is John. I'm the founder of Tablet Class Math. I'm also a middle and high school math teacher. I've been teaching math for decades. And along those years, I've been helping many, many adults get their GEDs, specifically helping them with the math section. So I do a lot in the area of test prep. Of course, I help people with their math courses, homeschool, etc. But I'm going to leave a link to my GED math prep course. Uh, Literally thousands of people have used it successfully. I'm going to leave a link to it in the description of this video. But before you even check that out, what we need to do is just kind of look at the big picture here. Okay. So the first thing you need to be thinking about, right, to get your GED is you really got to take a mental inventory of your mindset. Okay. What is your mindset? I mean, uh, do you feel like you're not capable enough? Maybe you've been out of school 20, 30, 40, 50 years and you're just maybe, overwhelmed, or you have too much anxiety about the test. I'm here to tell you, I don't care who you are on the other end of this video, you are capable of getting your GED. You absolutely are. But it doesn't make a difference what I believe. It's about what you believe. Okay. So you're going to have to really take a real honest look at your mindset. There's probably something in your thinking that is causing you to not be confident in yourself, right? Maybe you have some real concern about the math section. Matter of fact, mathematics is the number one section that holds people back because it's pretty hard, right? So most people, when they are studying for the GED and they're taking their GED sections, it's the math section that gets them. So that's what I know about. That's what I know more about when it comes to the GED. But I'm just telling you right now, you're going to have to check your mindset, and you're going to have to start believing in yourself. Okay, I believe in you. I don't even know you, but I'm just telling you right now. I've been teaching math for decades. I've come to this main conclusion: all students can be successful in mathematics, but it requires two things. One, they got to be willing to put in the work. All right. So when it comes to the GED, whether it's math or another uh, section, you got to be willing to work at it. Okay. But the second thing you need is great math instruction. All right. But I'm just telling you from a big picture standpoint that you can excel on the GED. So you're going to have to start believing in yourself if you are, deep down inside. You don't tell anybody about this, but deep down inside, if you have concerns or if you're not as confident that you like to be, just start to kind of visualize yourself being able to do this, because I'm telling you, you can. All right, the next thing is you're going to have to really declare a goal in your life. Okay. If you want your GED, it needs to be a goal. You need to write it down. Like, I'm going to get my GED by the end of 2022, whatever the case is. When you set a goal, it should be a written goal. It needs to be measurable. You should put a time frame on it, and then you need to make it a real priority. You should also tell people, tell your spouse, tell your friends, hey, look, I'm going to be getting my GED, because then they're going to help, or they're going to hold you accountable. They're going to be like, hey, what about that GED you were talking about? Do you have it yet? Like, put it out there that you are going to do this. You have to declare this as a goal. Okay. So get that mindset and then establish this, say, this is a goal. And, I don't know about you, but I take my goals very seriously. I don't have too many goals, because if I have so many goals, that's just too much. Pick, that make it a priority in your life. Okay. Write it out and get committed to getting your GED. All right. So if you want it, you should have it. uh, Establish it as a goal. All right, the next thing is you need to get the right study program for you. Now, when it comes to the GED, there's all different types of things you can do. You can go to adult education classes, which I think are very good. So if you like learning with an actual teacher, check out those things. Go to your local, maybe community college, or local board of education. See what's around locally for you. There's all sorts of different classes that you can do. Now, one of the things that I would not suggest you do, is just get a study book, like a GED practice test book. You can see these in the bookstores or on Amazon. Though that's good material, but that's not the only thing you should have. Okay, you need to get some sort of instructional aspect as well. So when it comes to the math section, for example, for the GED, you might want to use something like my course or another type. There's other courses out there that you can use. So really kind of evaluate and get good study material, not just a book and a set of notes. That's not going to be enough, right? You're going to really, the GED, there's a lot of information, so you're going to need to get into the right study program. Okay, and that can look different for everybody, but again, if you are inclined to want to go to school, then go to night school. Make that commitment. Again, these are the type of things you're going to do. Make an investment in yourself if you have the right mindset, and you realize this is very important. And that's part of the thing about, you need to be convinced that getting the GED is important. Right? If you don't think it's that important, if it's not necessary, you're gonna, your mindset's not gonna be there. You're going to be like, well, maybe I don't really need to do it. And then you're going to maybe kind of establish a kind of wishy-washy kind of goal. You might as well not even do it, okay, at that point, because, there's a lot of work invested in getting your GED, okay? So that brings me to my next point, and that is patience. You should have patience with yourself, because you're learning a lot of material, okay? You're going back, and think about this. You're talking about high school. The high school is 4 years. That's a lot of material. Even with the math section for the GED, you're talking about a lot of mathematics. I'm not even talking about the other sections. You need to have patience with yourself. Give yourself time to learn. Now, if you are kind of like, well, I only have a week, well, then you're kind of just going to cram. You might get lucky and get a minimum passing score in the GED, and some of you might be okay with that. And that's perfectly fine if you can kind of pass in that way. But just realize that's kind of like just gambling, all right? You're just trying to get lucky, and it's not the smartest approach. What you want to do is really, build your knowledge and skills up, all right? The point of getting your GED is to qualify you for more opportunities, but it's also to get you to have a better math education, or better education, not just mathematics, to improve your education. So you really, really want to learn. Don't cheat yourself out of a great education. Okay, so be patient with the process. It is going to take time. Okay, I can only speak for the math section. There's a lot of mathematics. You're not going to learn it in 1 week. Okay, so give yourself a reasonable amount of time. I think to me that would be at least a couple months at a minimum. So be patient with the process. And then lastly, don't quit. Once you established in your mind that this is something you're going to do in your life, and you have established a goal, don't quit. So in other words, what I'm talking about, if you go to take the GED and you don't pass the first time, You don't say, I'm done, forget it, I knew this was a bad idea. No, you need to make adjustments. Okay, you got to be patient, and maybe you need to make some adjustments with your study program. But if you take the GED and you don't pass, make some. What you should do immediately after taking a GED, whether you know your score or not. I'm not sure how it works in terms of how they present them. Whether you pass or not, but you should write down notes. Let's say you don't pass, write down immediately what you saw on the test, how you felt, etc. Because maybe you had like a mental block, maybe you had test anxiety. Whatever the case is, write everything down just in case you don't pass. You can kind of reflect upon that process and then make some adjustments. Okay, but if you don't quit, you will get your GED. All right, so and the great thing about what I'm telling you here is that you can put in right here in the middle of this little presentation any goal that you want to do in life. Okay, anything you want to accomplish, and you're an adult. Let me say you're motivated. You have responsibilities. You work hard. All right. I know I'm speaking to that quality person on the other end of this video. So this little process, it will, if you're able to do this for the GED, you can do it for anything you want. Maybe you want to go get your college degree. Maybe you want to do X, Y, Z. It doesn't make a difference. It all starts with your mindset. You got to be very specific about what your goal is. You got to figure out how to achieve that goal. What materials, what do you need to learn, and you got to be willing to pay the price and put in the time, and just never quit. Okay, until you achieve that goal. So hopefully this video will motivate you to finally get that GED. Now, if you need assistance with mathematics, I'm going to leave a link to my GED math prep course in the description of this video, because that is the #1 section that holds people back. But the bigger point to this video is, listen, I believe in you. I don't even know you, and I believe in you. Okay, so start believing in yourself and get this taken care of ASAP. ASAP. You'll be happy that you did. And by the way, if this video helped you out or motivated you, please consider smashing that like button and maybe subscribing to my YouTube channel. I have a ton of videos on my YouTube channel, math videos that can help you out. So if you like that, definitely please take advantage of all the content that I have. But if you really want an organized GED math prep course, then definitely check out my GED math prep course. Again, that link will be in the description of this video. But with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in all your endeavors in your life, and specifically with the GED. Thank you for your time, and have a great day.